Okay, so you have to buy a car and you want to know a few things about the engine before buying the car. So I'm going to tell you a few tricks so that way it will help you to keep alive the engine for many years. So the first thing that you have to see, the easiest one will be just you kneel down in front of the car and try to see if underneath the engine, if there is some fluid leaking, usually oil or any other thing. So if you think anything that is leaking, that is not the car for you. So you should avoid that, because usually if you have to take it to a mechanic for any repair. For instance, this car, I bought it, I was okay, I didn't see, when you see that the bottom of the engine is all wet or something like that, run away, there is something wrong, very bad with the car. So usually what I do is I see those things firsthand, and I bought this car. I'm telling you this because when I bought this car, this is a Passat 09, the car was working fine. I didn't see any of that, at least as far as I know. And few months later, I started seeing, in the parking lot or in my driveway, the few spots of some fluid. So it wasn't oil, it was something else, but it was kind of dark. So I started seeing, I said, well, something is wrong with this. So the car wasn't working properly, so I had to take it to the mechanic. He charged me like almost $1,500, so that was quite a bit of money, but the car works great now. No problem at all. So the seal got broken or got damaged some way somehow, because this car, when I bought it, the guy said, well, the car works great now, but we had to change the transmission. So when I bought the car, I think it was 120, something like that, or maybe 100,000 miles. And when I did that, the car 100,000 miles and you have to change the transmission already, that is not a very good sign. So these guys, surely they do the cheapest thing, the cheapest job, and I don't like these kind of places. They save every penny that they can, because when they change the transmission, if they change the seal, they can buy it maybe $5, $10, $20. Worst case scenario, it's the life of your car that you're selling. You don't want to take the transmission twice. So I had to take it to the mechanic. The mechanic told me, yeah, the seal costs like $10, something like that. But they had to take down the engine or the transmission and everything, and that's going to take a lot of hours. So I think, well, I'm going to do it because the car is great. And I like it. And if I do that and it lasts for many years, that's good to me. So now I'm very happy with the car. The car still runs after, I think it was maybe a year that since I had this car, no problem at all. And other thing that you have to keep in mind is the spark plugs. You have to buy the spark plugs. So usually when you get cars, over 80,000 miles, usually nobody changed the spark plugs, no maintenance, no nothing. People are cheap, and because they're getting rid of the car, they say, okay, next guy is going to take care of all that, and they don't do it until the car, or if they do it, it's because the car is not working, or there is something wrong, or you're going to start having like misfires and other things. So the other thing that is very important is, besides the spark plugs, the coils, the cables, all those things, is the timing belt. So you have the two types of engine usually. you have the engine with the timing chain. So the chain usually is better. I like that the most. So if you can get the car with the chain, amazing. You don't have to worry about any of that. Otherwise, before buying a car, make sure that you find out if the engine, Google it, if the engine use a chain or use, like a belt, and that would be the main thing. Because if the chain, if the belt wears out or dies, or something goes wrong, the valves and the pistons are going to collide, and they're going to crash, and the engine will be gone. So you will have to buy another car. Usually, if you have a used car that worth very little money, that will be your only bet, because if you have to replace the engine or something like that, it may cost more than the car itself. So make sure about that. So just to recap, is oil in the front, timing belt. If you have a chain, usually you don't have to do anything with the chain. Maybe you can make a check every 100,000 miles or something like that, just to make sure that maybe the chain didn't stretch up a little bit. Other than that, you don't have to do much. The other thing, like I mentioned before, make sure that the car, when you touch, for instance, the muffler in the back, make sure that it's not all dark, because usually if you see that is like very dark, it's like a dust, is because usually the engine is burning oil like crazy. So you don't want that. You want something that is not burning oil, otherwise you're going to start putting oil all the time in the car. And if you're having a car that use synthetic oil, usually that's going to be very expensive over time. So I hope this video was useful, and if you have any suggestion about the motor, please let me know in the section below. See you next time. Bye.